said she had some good news. She got promoted at work, and that's worth a few drinks and to go out and groove. I was excited, I was delighted that she thought to call me, but I had to play it cool, as if I knew she'd be calling. Let's celebrate tonight. Wear sexy dresses, sexy heels, shine. Let's dance and drink and vibe all night. You and all you do is you. Now you know, like I know, that you got options, girl. But it don't matter, cause I'm so enjoy every day with you. We out there, hey, eating good, big, talking good, see, drinking good. It's slow, I need to see you stepping. We can two-step, 1, 2. We can bounce down. We can move a little closer. Let's get down. I guess now would be the time to whisper in your ear. The chance of never getting this chance is what I feel. Celebrate tonight. Sexy and demeanor, girl. Shine. Let's dance and drink and vibe all night. This is a night to remember. Can we dance our lives away? Twist that time, that's such a funky swing. Moving, music train. So proud of you, babe. No one can be, yeah. No one can dance. The love is yours.
Hey. I want to welcome you to the #1 radio station, IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Radio station. You know, it is the day after the big eclipse. Oops, something must have happened to me too. I forget I'm not sitting here by myself. I think the eclipse I really think it did something to me. I really do.
It did something. It did something.
I think I don't know if it made me a nice person, because I've always been I can be kind of mean now, you know. So I say what's on my mind. I ain't bad as Donald Trump. Did I say that? 45. Yeah. Anyway, let me introduce the people sitting to my left. My co-host is
Teresa Moore.
And our in-studio guest is Devon Simpson. I don't know why I want to call you DJ Vaughn.
I got a whole group of friends that call me DJ Vaughn.
They call you D, okay?
Yeah, I got a lot of nicknames, yeah.
Okay. Before we get into the meat of the show, well, you know, we talked about it on the last segment, the solar eclipse. I think that the solar eclipse has effect on people. I really do. I don't know. I kind of woke up feeling kind of weird, even though to go outside and even look at the sun. I stayed up in the house drinking vanilla chai tea, watching some TV, did a few things on the internet trying to see if I can make a dime. Somebody let me make $1. Some people didn't let me make no money. Somebody did let me make $1. So that's all good. You know, I'm not complaining.
Right.
So Teresa, I mean, what about you? Did you wake up feeling strange after the eclipse?
Right before the eclipse, I went out, and it was early, right around 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And it was the strangest emptiness out on the street. Yeah, you know, very few cars, you know, right around the stores where most people would be, you know, even on the weekdays. I went to 2 stores. I went to Pete's, then I went to Mariano's right there on 95th.
Pete's, that's my stuff, girl.
Oh yeah. And when I came out of Mariano's, it just around not too many people. It was like something had happened. And it made you feel like, well, shoot, either everybody got raptured up or something, or they said something is happening and they stayed in the house. Let me hurry up and get in the house too. It was that kind of feeling. And then I didn't realize the eclipse was next day until I got on the phone with my family. You know, we have a prayer line, and so they say, "Are you going to go out and check out the eclipse?" First thing I said, "Oh, that's what's going on." Shout out to the Harris family. That's my dad on my dad's side. But yeah, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna look right at the eclipse. So funny. I was in the house. I couldn't do anything because I was cooking because my mom, they were coming back. Everything prepared for them. I missed the whole thing. So I got to catch whatever people put on social media. I got to take a look at it.
What about you, Devon? Did you feel strange this morning, or when you woke up? Do you feel strange today? Do you feel like it did something to your inner soul, to your being?
The eclipse for me, I don't know. I don't think it changed anything. I felt good today, but I don't think it was because of the eclipse. I just for me, so that's why I felt good. I felt good. It was an off day.
So you gonna lay your good feelings on your off day, huh?
Okay.
You don't want to get a solar eclipse any credit for it, huh?
I guess I give it some type of credit, but I think before the eclipse, I think I felt the same thing she felt. It was like it wasn't like a ghost town feeling, but it was like something in the air, like. And I think it was more so the thought of an eclipse happening with everybody. And the only thing we can really reference to is movies. Every time something happens with an eclipse in movies, it's something weird happening or in a big event or something like that. And I guess that's kind of implemented in so many people's head that watch a lot of TV or whatever that, it's a solar eclipse. Do something for it, or maybe I should just be at home or. Yeah, so I think it was just the thought of it happening.
That's a great way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. I mean, I never thought of it that way. Yeah. But I tell you what I didn't do. I didn't check to see how many killings they had last night.
No, I didn't.
That's the one thing. I always, not that I post them all, because it'd be too many. But I usually check to see, especially in Chicago, how many shootings, because it's like we live in a little war zone. Nobody wants to admit it. So I always check to, find out what happened last night while I was asleep. I want to know. But I didn't check this morning. I didn't even listen. I didn't even watch the 5 o'clock news. You're not going to believe this. I watch CNN. Normally, I watch Channel 7 in the morning, and I did not do that.
Well, what was the thought?
Well, I watch CNN. I'm a person that I watch a lot of news. I do. I really do. But normally in the morning, my body automatically wakes up, and this is because I'm a retired CTA bus driver. Okay. And I'm gonna say operator because they don't like for me to say driver.
I also work for the
did
CTA.
Did you?
Yeah. Can I get it? I'm not a bus driver.
Oh, okay. Family. It's a family moment.
Now, where did you work?
I'm working out of Howard. I'm a CSA. So yeah, I'm a customer service.
Oh, you work up there where they put the.
Yeah.
All right, then. All right. All right. Yeah. I was the driver, and I drove the south side and then part of the west side.
Bless your heart.
It wasn't easy. It's not it wasn't as it is now. Okay. And it all depends. I'm gonna tell you how those men told me. It all depends on your mindset. Your mindset has to be that I go out here and they're paying me back then. It was like maybe $10 an hour, and $28 an hour now. Okay, they making that might be starting pay. more than that, okay? But the mindset was you go out here and you drive this bus and they're going to pay you by the hour. They don't care how many people you pick up. If you pick up 3 people on your bus and you go downtown, be cordial to them.
Mm-hmm.
At that seat. You cannot throw nobody off that bus. You can ask them or request that they get out, but you cannot physically put them off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that is the mindset to people. They think the driver, some of them think that I can pick you up and put you off. You can't. You get your butt whooped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay? So your thing is to go and do your job. It ain't about winning friends and influences people. It's about going, doing 8 hours and getting my 8 hours paid.
Yeah.
And abiding by the rules in that book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because every other Wednesday or every other Thursday, $30 an hour. I don't want to be suspended.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because if you're making $30 an hour and you work 8 hours, $140 a day. Do you want to think I want my check to have $240 missing? Okay? So it's the mindset.
Yeah. CTA is good about, the employees being safe, other than anything else. So they tell you, if somebody, try to break the rules, the only thing you can do is just tell them what the pay is, and that's it. We're not police officers, we're not security guards. Hey, because they know we're dealing with the public, and it's a lot of sane people, and there's a lot of people that need a couple therapy sessions. But yeah, they know, safety first, and yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they tell me, I'm gonna ride your bus and I ain't gonna pay. Well, hey, sit it down.
There's a seat right there.
That's right.
The next stop is hosted.
I love it.
Next stop is hosted.
There you go. Now, that was intriguing that you work for the CTA, and I didn't know that because I didn't see that in your resume. So
you got the acting resume.
I got the acting resume. Okay, all right.
CTA, that's like my Clark Kent. You got the Superman.
Okay.
That's the Clark Kent.
Okay.
So.
Say because everybody has to have a job until they. I heard that. That's a smart thing. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about is 45, because I ain't gonna call his name. He watched his Soul clip without any glasses. He didn't have, the cute little glasses that they were giving away. Well, they gave them away all over the place. They showed a picture of 45. Him and his wife and his son. Of course, his wife had glasses on. His son had his head down. Probably was ashamed to be standing up there. I said it, yeah. I hope the solar eclipse had an effect on him. It touched his heart. I hope it changed his man.
50 Cent?
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
Well, that's what. Listen, that's what they call him.
Yeah.
Oh, they call him 45.
Well, a lot of people. A lot of people.
Okay.
A lot of people. When I don't say not my president. I just say 45.
45.
Okay.
Right.
Because they told me it's disrespectful to say not my president.
Yeah.
So I just say 45.
Yeah,
that's good. We got to continue to represent, even though we may not like it. We got to represent the United States. We got to be
president of the United States.
So that's why I say 45.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't like Barack Obama. So what did they say? 44.
Oh, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I bet they like him now, though. I bet they rather.
Some people they determined to hate you. I don't care what.
But you know what?
Those are the ones.
I don't care what people say. I bet they miss Barack Obama.
They won't admit to that. Majority of them that really are about the white supremacy or whatever they're about, they will not admit to that.
But believe it or not, the numbers are growing.
It's
a lot of them against Trump. So
they might be turning against him, but they not.
You don't think they're giving the props to Obama?
No, they don't want to do that. They want someone to come in and replace Trump, but they don't want to give kudos and props to.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this, and then we're going to get off the subject because I could sit up and talk about 45 all day long. And the more I talk about it, I'll start getting bilingual, because I speak more than one language.
Yeah, I am. straight
I
out.
think I know what you mean.
West, no,
And I don't-
side on.
I don't like everybody to see that other language that I speak. I do want to say this about that. I want to say that any man, human, that think skinheads, Ku Klux Klansmen, outright, any of those, I call them, should I call them left wing? I can't call them the right wing because they ain't on the right side.
Right.
So they got to be on the left, on the left side. I just think that if you think that they are good in these people, it's got to be something wrong with you. I think the United States of America needs to have his doctor checked because his doctor gave him a pass on his physical.
Right.
Okay, and the president don't they have to have a physical to say that they're fit for office?
They should.
I mean,
they are.
check.
Well,
They have to. I mean, health-wise, psychological.
They
yeah.
probably don't, because obviously you don't need no experience to be the president. So,
Right, you know,
you probably just,
you have to go through.
I think you need some experience. I just think a bunch of dumb people. Now y'all not dumb. Let me take that back.
Take it back.
Take it back. They're not dumb, but I just think a lot of people thought that they would vote for him because they wanted something different, and he wasn't a politician. He was a businessman. And I think that they put him in the office because they thought that he was going to do something that none of the other presidents have done.
That's one amazing thing about the most important office that a person can hold. It doesn't take much credentials to get that job.
Well, I mean, I think they're going to rewrite.
All you need to be is voted in.
I think they're going to rewrite that job description. I think they're going to rewrite it.
I mean, you know, you would have a harder time working at McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a good thing. President. They probably open it up. You know, maybe they see more people will see how Trump is the president and open it up and more. Hey, what can I do to be the president to make a change? Maybe we'll have more good people after this trying to pursue that, trying to, you know.
But what is taking political science in college even for? What do you take it for?
I don't know. I just think they need to change that job description. And then
what are the qualifications? Just the votes?
I don't know. I didn't even.
I think
look
most
them up,
any political office, all you got to do is get the votes.
I think it's a little bit more than that. But what I'm saying is
not much.
I think that they need to put in there that the next president, he needs to have a political background. He needs to know something about running the business of Washington, D.C. and of the United States, running the business of America. This man to run a business.
I think they're a distraction to who's really from who's really running things. They just put somebody out there as a face, and they're actually running the country. Someone else. They'll make it seem like the person that is in front is running a lot of stuff. Especially when you see someone like Trump up front like that, and there's no way that he could be removed. You got to go through a process. If you see that they're certain way and they could just stay there, that they are a what's that scapegoat or a front or something. He's not running. I don't know.
Jesse Jackson had
it's a distraction of some
what did
sort.
Jesse Jackson have? Bipolar?
Really? I didn't
Remember when
Junior
Jesse Jackson Jr., you know, he messed up. He got elected, he messed up. He spent all that money. They served him and he'd go to court. He lost his seat and everything. So he said he was bipolar. He had spent all that money. Okay, his campaign money. So he was bipolar. So maybe they'll find out that Donald Trump is bipolar or schizoid or something.
Touched or something.
But he should still get those big jobs. You know, you got to be a little.
I'm saying maybe they'll go on and get him out of office.
No, you got to have that as a qualification.
They can impeach him. They just got to get it together now.
No, I'm saying you got to be a little schizo or something. That's the only one, except for our President Obama. He had it going on. But have a little something wrong with them, and then you can get the job. Apparently,
Well, you got a point there because it's definitely
it's
something wrong.
part of the
It
qualifications.
was
You gotta be what you call it,
showing up with something wrong with
bipolar, a
them
little
bushes, wasn't it?
schizo. If you don't have that on your resume, you might not get the job.
Well, I'm hoping that they're going and get him out. Okay, I want to remind everybody that you're listening to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeart radio station where we entertain your brain. We have rant and raved about Donald Trump. I want you to enjoy some music, and I got to find some music, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna get into Devon Simpson's video. We're gonna get up close and personal.
Oh, we got videos. I didn't.
And find out who is Devon Simpson. And out who you are. And I guess I'm gonna play. Since we had the eclipse, and I didn't check to see if there were any shootings or killings, I'm going to play this song by a 12-year-old girl. Her name is Madison Nicole. She is from the west side of Chicago. And the name of the song is Future. And we'll be back in a moment.
Mama fix my hair. Time to go to school, but I can't leave without some prayer. Last night a baby caught a bullet from a string. Now I'm stuck up in this house, can't even do all that play. Gonna throw them hands, y'all got beef and that's okay. You win some, you lose some, but you'll live to see the next day. Gonna throw them hands, y'all got beef and that's okay. Put them guns down, do it, my future, see my future. You gotta stop shooting, see my future. My future, see my future. You gotta stop shooting, see my future. Put them guns down, put them guns down, put them guns down. Do it, my future. Put them guns down, put them guns down. Do it, my baby's on t-shirt, crying every night. So many people in the dark, we gotta get it right. You think that God give you some power, but the truth is you just can't. Don't take away my future, see my future. You gotta stop shooting, see my take away my future, see my future. You gotta stop shooting, see my future. Put them guns down, put them guns down, put them guns down. Do it, my future. Put them guns down, put them guns down. Do it, my live. I wanna live and not die. I wanna live and not die, not die, not die.
That was the sound of Madison Nicole, my future. She's from the west side of Chicago. This is my K-Town sister. She's only 12 years old. She said, don't take away my future. Put them guns down. Now that we've had this solar eclipse, I'm gonna tell you this from my heart and soul. I hope
Did some good.
Yeah, I hope they put them guns down. Yeah. I really, really do. I want to welcome you back to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeart radio station. We have in the studio Devon Simpson. Devon, are you from Chicago?
Oh yeah, born and raised from the east side of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, over there by 71st and Jeffrey. I don't know if you're familiar. By the
Yeah.
South Shore area.
Yeah. Oh, you're over there near South Shore Country Club.
Yep. I
Yeah.
grew up right over there. Went to South Shore High School.
Mhm.
Shout out to them, South Shore Tars. Played basketball there. And I actually was recruited to play Division III basketball junior college, but I ended up not even going to any of them schools because I was kind of big headed back then. I needed a little bit of humbling, and that's what happened. I ended up going to SIU, which was a Division I school. It's pretty prestigious in business and also in basketball. They had a good team there, and my whole plan was to go there, walk on, join the team, and to be honest with you, I just wasn't good enough. And I was having a lot of fun, too much fun out in SIU, so I decided to stay home the next year, go to Chicago State where I was on the team, but ended up I couldn't play college ball. House, it's a lot of stuff with that. They want to check what you did in high school, make sure everything was done. You got to meet all the requirements. Come to find out, I was the first person from South Shore to leave South Shore to go straight to a Division I. Because to get around that NCAA stuff, you can go from junior college. But I went from high school straight to a Division I. So they never really.
Oh, so if you don't meet the requirements, you go to a junior college.
Yeah, that's a way around it. Yeah,
and then
college first,
then you are integrated into
Division I.
Okay.
But yeah, so they never really had to deal with that before. So that never really got done at the time. So I ended up that I pretty much was down from that because that was a big passion of mine to play college ball and to further my career, my basketball career. So I ended up having to talk with my mom, my stepfather, and telling them that I'm not really focused on school right now, and the basketball thing was kind of really distracting me. And I didn't want to, if I was going to go to school, I wanted to make sure that my head was into it. I don't want to be going to school half doing anything and not into it because then, it only leads to. So I decided, I knew what I wanted to do. So I went out and tried out for semi-pro basketball. I was playing that for a little bit, but that it's not for sure thing. Well, back then, it's come up now, semi-pro basketball here in Chicago. Back then, that was maybe what, 2009 or 2010, and it was just coming up, and it wasn't really established like that. So it was kind of like, I want to say, kind of bootleg back then.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You had your heart set on playing basketball.
Yep.
Goal because that was a goal.
Yeah, that was my passion.
Okay.
That was a goal since.
And when you couldn't accomplish that goal, I've set goals for myself, and I was really torn up, behind it, but then I had to regroup myself.
Yeah.
So I know some people can just bounce back on the rebound and they can boom go along. How did it affect you?
It didn't hit me. It didn't hit me all at once when I realized that, there wasn't really a career behind it for me. It kind of just gradually in my head because I was, getting injured on and off and having to, stay out of practice, and it was just in my head, that I'm getting older. Age it comes to factor in the sports, and that in politics. I didn't play college ball, so people don't really know me like that, and I'm constantly getting hurt, injured, and stuff like that. So I just had to, just be real with myself, and that's where the humbleness came from. That hey, for you, and I was depressed. Yeah, I was going through it. Just going to work and not being able to play ball, and just and I was just I kind of had my head up, and then that's where friends come in. A friend called me one day. He was like, "Hey man, you feel like making some quick little money? You want to be an Adidas commercial, at the United Center?" I was just like, "All right, I ain't doing nothing today.
Okay.
Why not? Sit around in the back and everything." And before that, when I was younger, when I was a kid, I'm an only child. So I spent a lot of time to myself and a lot of time with friends outside. When I was at home, I was to myself, and put a lot of time into TV, television, and my mind will go into places, and my imagination will go watch TV and shows. So it's always in the back of my head that I wonder what it's like to be on Nickelodeon. I wonder what it's like to be that character, to play Batman or something like that, or to be that savior, that hero or villain. So my head, moving forward to high school, my first taste of performing. English teacher, she put everybody in a citywide competition. It was kind of like a rap competition, poetry competition. She grouped everybody up. Everybody had to do it to pass the class. So we were all doing this project like, all right, man, come on, let's think of something so we can get this BA so we can pass this class, because she tripping. You know, she's putting us in this rap competition. We got to act this stuff out. And the messed around and made it to the finals. City finals.
Wow.
We done messed around, made it to the city finals. You know, we got to go downtown. I think it was at UIC before. Ended up going, this is like, senior year high school. Downtown. And I'm the only one from the group to show up. City finals. It's a stage. There's people out there waiting. And we got this whole scripting thing, parts for everybody in the group. And I'm the only one there. So like 5 minutes before I go on stage, I just had to rewrite everything just so I can perform it myself and rewrite the whole thing. And I ended up winning it. And that was my first taste performance. And it first gave me the thought in my head that maybe I can do this. Even though at the time I was still pursuing basketball, it was in my head like, I won, I sucked it up. It was fun for me at the end of the day. So going fast forward now, I'm maybe I come to terms with my basketball career. Friend hit me up, Adidas commercial. We go to the United Center, and there's cameras everywhere. Even though we're just in the crowd sitting, there's cameras everywhere. I feel like a superstar. Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls walks in.
Oh, wow.
Joakim Noah. And I'm seeing him in front of the camera. People are giving them makeup and they're in front of the camera and they're telling us to scream loud as you can, this and that. Even though I didn't have a big part and the experience wasn't, thing of the, I liked performing. I liked the experience. So I got it in my head, like, why not? Why go for it? So I Googled it. What everybody do these days, we Google it. I Googled how to be an actor. So I looked up, got some headshots, found some guy on Craigslist, took some headshots, went to a website I found called Backstage, which is really legit for up and coming actors or even established actors. Gives you tips, and you can find a bunch of student film and short roles, which I got most of my stuff from, and from there. And it's been I want to say 3 years now. I've been acting. Almost 3 years. I've been pursuing it. So
okay. So that let's go to the United Center and be in this Adidas commercial.
Yeah.
Was like a turnaround.
Yeah, that was like the jump start for it, because it just seeing it and just even being in that environment, just even though it wasn't a stage, it felt like I was on stage, and it felt like how I felt when I was playing basketball, just being on the stage and everybody, the lights on,
the cheering, the crowd.
Yeah, and it was like I was performing. It was like I was performing again, but just in a different way.
So that was your jump start. Now, it's a project that you talked about, and the project is called the 48-Hour Film Festival.
Yep.
I know that there are a lot of film festivals out here. I mean, from Chicago to didn't. Because what is it? They got the Atlanta Film Festival. They got the Vegas Film. They just got them everywhere.
Yeah.
But this is one I'd never heard of.
You never heard of it, and it's pretty for how known. It's pretty well known, but I'm not sure how. I think it is because it actually goes from country to country. It's not just us in America. Everybody's doing it basically in different countries too. So basically, the 48-Hour Film Festival goes from city to city in the United States, and to everybody, they have production teams sign up. all the production teams meet up in one location. This is on Friday of the weekend. They draw a box with genres in it. Yeah, each production team, goes, doesn't look in the box, picks a genre out, and that's what their film has to be for the project. Once you know that, it comes into play. Every project, every film that all the production teams do, they have to incorporate one line, a phrase, and a prop, and also a character. Incorporate those three things in each of their films somehow. Now you got your genre, you got your props and everything, and this is Friday night. And now the production team has to find actors that night. They have to write the script, find a location Friday night. Next day, Saturday, is all filming. Everybody's meeting at whatever location we have, and we're filming that whole day. Sunday that's when you have to submit. It's a pretty fun, and it's exciting, and it's also a very good learning experience. But it's definitely good practice for anyone that's in film, that acting or behind the camera or writers is definitely something that you'll want to be involved with, and it gives you a lot of exposure. Wow. Yeah.
So they have 48 hours to make this film.
48 hours, and usually, just to give you just a picture, usually it takes some days, weeks to finish, put together, edit a project. It takes days, weeks, depending on the project, takes months. So this film festival, you got 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's no sleep involved in that.
Yeah. Probably not. No.
Yeah.
Did you know about the 48-hour film festival?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, when I was reading that, I was like, go research.
How long does the film have to be?
Oh, that's a good question. I believe the film has to be. It's a short film. So I think it has to be 4 to 5 minutes long.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when everybody's it's a great environment too. When everybody's project is done, it's a theater that we all meet up and we all watches, everybody's project. It's a really good environment. You can network to other people. It's cheering and everything. It's really fun to be at.
They have the whole 9 on there. The credits has to go up, everybody's part, and then like a real movie.
Yep.
But it's a short.
Yep.
Because
project with them?
No. Well, I've done it before. I've done it last year, and it was with a different production team. Someone that just contacted me and was like, "Hey, I want you to act project." It's completely people I never met before. And I just went and did it. This year, I'm doing it with some friends that I've done a game show with, a production company, and we decided that we were going to get together and do the.
Okay, what is this? My ABCs. What is this?
My ABCs is a game show started up by Carl Furlow, starting up a production company, CL Pro, and basically that's just a game show that he's starting up. The game show is based on African Americans and the history of African Americans and
like know your heritage.
Yeah,
something
exactly.
Of that. Okay.
Okay. And it's kind of like I don't want to say a charades kind of game flow. It's different kind of categories, but it's something like that.
Okay. So is this show is this internet show, or is this going?
I believe right now. I believe he's trying to. I believe they're trying to get it on CAN TV on Channel 19.
Okay.
That's what I believe now. But right now, I think they're still trying to work that out and everything. Still trying to promote it. And we're having a launch for it on September 22nd soon. So hopefully by then they will have something done. But yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the other projects that you have been involved in beside the 48-hour film festival and the show My ABCs?
I've been in quite a few projects. My first, I want to talk about my first big project that I did. It was a Toyota commercial.
Oh, you did a Toyota?
Yeah, it was a Toyota commercial.
I always heard. I'm gonna ask you something because I'm nosing. I've always heard this.
Well, not for it's different kind of commercial.
Okay,
See, I did the commercial I did was internet ad based.
Okay.
Something you may go to a website and you know a drop down ad, you may see the video there, or the video will probably be on Facebook somewhere. You scroll Facebook and just see the ad on Facebook.
Okay.
So that doesn't come with royalties. I think the royalties come in with national commercials, stuff you see on TV and stuff, contracts and stuff for that. I think that's where the royalties come in at every time they come on TV. So I didn't get royalties.
I was gonna be, well, what are the royalties checks? What are the checks like? Because I've heard, I'm not gonna call any names, but I've heard musicians say, "Boy, I got a royalty check," and I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it. That check was so big.
Well, I will say this though, that I was shooting for one day, and that one day of shooting got me $2,100 for that one day.
Really?
Yeah, it was less than
Did
8
it
hours.
take all day?
Nope. I actually, after I went and shot the film, or after I went and shot the commercial, I went and hung out and everything, have fun. So
$2,100, less than 8 hours.
less than, yeah.
Boy, just think if you could get that every day, man.
Yeah, I believe like a national commercial. I believe that ranges from maybe $7,000 to $10,000.
A national commercial.
Yeah.
That comes through royalties.
I believe so. It depends on how they work out the contracts. I'm not too sure about it, but I think that's how it works.
You have an agent?
I'm working with an agent. I haven't signed under anyone, but I'm working with an agent with an agency. It's Santiago agency, DeSanti Talents agency. I'm working with them, but I haven't signed anything, so I'm open to have an agent to sign with other agencies.
Okay. Because when you have an agent, they have to know. They're part of any kind of work that you do, right?
I believe they're only part of the work that they get you.
Oh, they get you. Oh, okay. I've always wondered because I feel like I thought maybe when you have an agent that you couldn't like.
I mean, yeah, some agents they definitely will want to know and be involved in anything that you're doing, just so they can first off know and can schedule everything and just be aware of what their talent is doing.
Are you SAG or in the union?
No, not yet. No.
Not
Not yet.
You working on that?
I'm eligible. Yeah, I'm working on it now, but that'll come.
You have IMBD credits?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But you're still getting work, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about, getting that work.
Yeah.
I'm right. I decided to focus on being more just in the acting scene. I'm thinking about starting to do theater. I've never done theater, so I'm thinking about getting into that. And taking a couple workshops and just building a network of acting friends and film directors and stuff like that.
Yeah, the young lady Deanna Reed Foster.
Yeah,
she's
Steppenwolf, right? She's got the
she's
that's
going Steppenwolf.
big. Yeah.
She's been Southside and You, and she has a role on what is it, Chicago?
Fire.
Chicago Fire.
Yeah.
And it's exciting being an actor here in Chicago because it's growing. The film TV industry is growing. We got so many shows here. Not to mention Empire, and a couple of films are being shot here too right now.
Yeah, they've been coming here quite a bit.
Yeah.
Get yourself out there and get in some of that. But you got 10 projects that you're a part of. So
yeah. I think it's more than that. It happens so much. Like it's another project I can't even talk about. It's just. It's an independent film. I'm gonna just say that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just got casted for, but I can't speak on it, but it's coming.
Okay.
So it's definitely it's
some heavy hitters involved.
Yeah. I wouldn't say heavy hitters. It's something up and coming. I'm trying to start off fresh with somebody else that's starting fresh.
Okay.
So we can both build together.
Right.
Because it's harder for me because I'm not really as well known as everybody else. So it's harder for me to jump into something that's already established. So I'm just kind of do it smartly and trying to start from the bottom with something else and just grow.
Work your way up.
Yeah.
But it's something that you're enjoying doing.
Yes. It's not even. It's not even. It doesn't even feel like work to me, and that's what I love about it. It's fun, and then when I get a check from it, when I get paid from it, it's just like I can.
That's really fun. Man.
Yeah, it's like wow, like so. I feel like I'm heading up.
Yeah.
You have a nice voice. Have you ever thought about doing voiceovers?
Right.
I've thought about it. I've thought about it. I've looked it up, but I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Yeah, I think I'd look it up though.
Yeah.
Do you know how I can start?
Well, I'm gonna tell you that I give all praises to a young lady named. She had a show here called the Kathleen
Kate Blade.
Kate Blade.
Yes, Blade.
I don't know how I could forget her name.
Why? How could you?
I give all praises to that young lady because but Kate Blade brought me into the acting arena by inviting me somewhere. And when she invited me, just to sit in and do some improv and have fun, I ended up there doing 12 weeks. Enjoyed every it was so much. I couldn't wait to on Tuesdays or whatever date it was time for us to just go in and do our thing because I was going to be with these people that I had just met. When I met them, the energy was good. And we just had, they could make songs up out of hamburger, hot dog.
She's talking about me.
When I met her, we had to do a skit.
That's how y'all met?
That's how we met.
At the,
and this girl, it was all about a relationship, and the man was named Hamburger, and somebody was going with Hamburger, taking a man, and this girl just got up there and just created. She took the skit and created the song, and
it was a girl that jumped in our skit.
It was just so funny.
It was improv, right?
Yeah, improv. And see, I do improv. I was part of a group called 6 Degrees with Brian McLemore Smith. He is a wardrobe stylist for a lot of movies that come here, and sometimes he travels. But we were together in doing improv when I met Katie, and so that just happened to be a day in which Ted Sarantos was doing an improv class, and he wanted us to get up with whoever he told us to get up there with.
I like improv. I love improv. I actually did improv for that Toyota commercial.
Well, what I was going to say to you, just find you a somebody that teaches acting, and just go in there and there's always a place where you can go first and sit in to see if you're gonna like it before you pay your money. And if you find something that you're comfortable with, ask people for recommendations. Where did you go? Tell me somewhere where I can go and get some acting classes. And then it's more than improv that you're gonna get, right?
Right.
So, hit up Deanna Reed Foster, become a friend. She's got a lot of information and she's well on her way. She can help you, always network with other people that are in that industry, and they're serious about their work. Right. Don't forget, hey, I need some help.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm focusing on now. I'm actually kind of building like a little network now. Me and a couple other male actors and everything, and we always telling each other auditions and stuff and giving us each other's tips and everything. And they actually gave me a couple schools in mind to go to.
Okay. All right, listen, Devon, we're so happy to have you here, and so glad that we got to sit back and talk to you and find out who is Devon Simpson. And we know that a hardworking man. And that for the last 3 years, you've been pursuing this acting career. Up with it.
Yes, and this won't be the first time y'all gonna see me. So.
Okay, we're gonna see you again.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you a lot of times.
Absolutely. Okay, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the #1 internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart Radio station. I want to say life is like a camera. Just focus on what's important and capture the good times. Develop from the negative, and if things don't turn out right, take another shot. You've been listening to Rhythm Flow Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. Hey.
Hey, you haven't seen you in a minute. A wing face emoji with the finish. Calling back and boy you lacking, where you acting? Oh my God, why you asking questions? Texting, flexing like you date me. Selling me your fantasy that you care about, maybe you and me. You move a little fast, calling to see your mission. Then you hit me in my eyes, you mention me on my Twitter. Till I see you post a pic by the aisle. With the side nigga hug girl with a smile. Saying things like, babe, ooh, what you on for the day? Yeah, I'm on my way. Ooh, for the night, can I stay? Asking all these questions, texting, flexing like you date me. Selling me your fantasy that you care about, maybe you and me. Oh, don't you be running about it. Shawty, just show you about it. Hit me up later on. Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, I know you act like you busy. So for me, when you ready, playing hard to get what you on. Don't wanna complicate it. Say, hey girl. Yo, check it out, look. But she always trying to kick it. Speaking up, already sent me a DM saying, hey, what's up? Then she telling me love, mine like a FIFA cup. Way you in the way I'm seeing you, show me fiction. Till you see me on the snap of the gram, when I'm taking pictures, saying who that on the side with you. Like I let you on a trip, yo, that's mine. Side dissing like life goes, what they post when they see I'm winning, liking all my pics at the bottom, but really go tinny. Got every day feeling like a 10-chun on a mission to get at me like a man-chun, Saying things like, babe, ooh, what you on for the day? Yeah, I'm on my way. Ooh, for the night, can I stay? Asking all these questions, texting, flexing like you date me. You're selling me a fantasy that you care about.